let's talk a little bit about the German bow, or the underhand bow. I imagine you would think that the French bow might be overhand and the German bow might be underhand. I think it came from the various viol schools that there were. And of course, both grips are possible and known in viol playing. So I suppose that the historical bowing schools grew out of this on the double bass. The one in this country that was prevalent at the time of Dragonetti was the Dragonetti bow. Now, I thought I'd just show a little bit of Dragonetti's way of playing. They hold the bass at more of an angle this way, and some of the players played with quite an angle on the bow. I asked one that most of the English players, when I came here, were from Dragonetti school. They held a French bow like this a little bit. And I asked why once to my desk partner. He said, well, the idea was that here you have all the weight. And as you go down the string offers more resistance, so that the bow would sort of equalize itself. It's quite powerful. Let's go on to the German bow. German bow. Roughly speaking, the same things happen on either French or German bow. The place is taken up, the basic arm motion I think is quite similar, slightly different, but the fingers, basically, we find fingers to do the various jobs. We have to go down. So the down on the German bow in most schools, let me say that nothing has as many grips and varieties of playing as the German-style double bass bow. There's so many different ways to hold it. My friend Ludwig Streicher had a thing where he put basically the first finger was the down and the thumb went upwards. And then you've got the one that I learned the Simandl way, which is basically the thumb. Here is the fulcrum of our lever because we have to get downwards. So we use our thumb as the downwards lever. We've got our fourth finger here, which could be the upwards lever or counter lever we spoke about on the French bow. The second finger, we've got a lot of downs and not a lot of ups in the German grip. So I would think the second finger could be a sort of an upwards idea here. And the first finger, I think, is neglected. I think the first finger can do a lot of talking, a lot of portato, things that our first finger would do about portato, for example. It's very important that you could have downwards and portato. The two know each other. So basically, the grip I learned, which I think is a very good one, the old Simandl way, is a circle and a line. Line, circle. And so this will help me put, my thumb is putting power to, I don't know if I can do just my thumb. I'm talking. I'm using my lower arm. There are players who just use the whole arm in the German bowing. I'm not sure that's it wouldn't be my choice in any bow, French or German. I want to move my whole arm and my lower arm, because like the French bow, when I no longer need my whole arm, now I'm using my whole arm and my lower arm. When I need shorter bows, I don't really need my upper arm. I can use my lower arm downwards and my wrist. I think with either bow, the bow comes from the wrist. The bowing arm comes from the wrist. The wrist would be downwards and upwards. If I take another bow, let's see what I've got here. I've got a French bow here. That's too many bows. If I think, the French bow would be the same, but if I think that's the line of my wrist, and of course that's the line of the bow, so I could think downwards and upwards. If I reverse things here, mixed up. That's also the same thing. So really, my forearm here is what can do a lot of bowing with either bow. Let's put this down here for a second. The more I go to the point, the more I need my thumb. If I could bow with just my thumb, it would be the same as the French. When I got to here, I'll stop. I'm too heavy. I need a counterbalance or counter lever, which would be my fourth finger, to continue and to fall. I wonder if I could think of my second finger. Not really. It's useful when my fourth is in place. I'm thinking of my first. I'm thinking of my first finger to make portato in the bowing. I think my arm's going this way, not that way. My arm is traveling this way, kind of along the same line as this. Yeah. So that was staccato, and then spiccato with the bow leaving the string. Very similar